Hey everybody, welcome to another Word Wisdom Wednesday. What I'd like to do today is talk about, define, and demystify another esoteric word. And that word is esoteric. Because esoteric simply means hidden. Occult also simply means hidden. So occult and esoteric are both these words that sort of have a barrier to entry in our society, which in my belief is by design, but they don't need to be a barrier. Esoteric, aside from meaning hidden, also means only for a select few, and it also means knowledge reserved for those who have been initiated. So I want to encourage you guys to get past whatever barriers there might be. If you have curiosities about certain esoteric things, no one is stopping you from researching those things, from understanding those things more, and from coming into your own power in relationship to those things. So as I've gone through my journey, there are a lot of sort of crazy, out there, woo, foo-foo topics that have helped me on a practical level to become more in touch with myself, to become more self-gentle, to become more loving, and therefore to have more power to put into the things that I want to do in the world, and to become the person and to inhabit the identity that I say I want to have. So the reason I want to talk about the word esoteric is because it's an encouragement from me to you today to strengthen your curiosities about any sort of occult or esoteric subjects that you may have a leaning towards, or a calling towards, or a yearning to understand more. Curiosity is really the best word to describe it, because these subjects have helped me greatly. And if you're watching this video, then you probably have some curiosities about some of the following: sacred geometry, meditations, metaphysics, ancient wisdom, enlightenment, habit formation, modern science, quantum physics, aliens, the power of words, the power of imagination, the power of focus, how to tap into your inner knowing, ascension, consciousness, the rising of consciousness, the nature of reality. All of these things are subjects that are sort of pushed off to the side in our culture as esoteric or occult, and occult has this stigma of being scary and demonic. And occult, the word occult means hidden. The word esoteric means reserved for a select few. That's it. So I want to outline a couple steps that you can do to strengthen your resolve to follow your passion into the occult and esoteric realms, where you will, if your journey goes anything like mine, you will find strength there, you will find freedom there, and you will find wisdom there. So step one is to become curious and to be honest with those curiosities. Whatever the things are from that list of subjects, or any other occult subjects that you can think of, spells, whatever, that you want to, crystals, whatever those are that you want to learn more about, do it, okay? Do it. Honor that curiosity. Step two is to overcome your limits and your fears of what society and culture has told us, because society and culture give a huge amount of pushback to people that want to step outside the line, that want to move away from the herd. And the herd is definitely not going towards the esoteric things. It literally means reserved for a select few. So become curious, become aware of the fears and limits that have been put on you by outside forces. And as you become aware of that, you will realize that those fears are not your own. They are being put upon you by outside forces. I don't mean evil, dark, demonic outside forces. I simply mean, your parents, your children, your culture, your job, your social circles, your culture. Those outside forces are strong, and they're real, and they have an effect on the way we live our lives. So if you can become curious, that's step one, and you can become aware of these fears that don't belong to you, that's step two. Then you can move on to step three, which is the most important one, because in esoteric, the word esoteric simply means knowledge reserved for a select few. In some definitions, it also means knowledge reserved for initiates, that they can't have this knowledge till after an initiation process. So step three is to initiate yourself, okay? And the way that you initiate yourself into a place of being ready to receive and hear and learn from and understand this type of knowledge is to take initiative. There are a lot of language tricks in our culture, and it's when you understand this, it's easy to understand that to be initiated is a form of disempowerment and giving your power away. You don't need to be initiated. You need to take initiative. When you take initiative, you have become initiated and therefore are allowed to explore, understand, and know esoteric knowledge, esoteric wisdom. Okay? So, yeah, please go ahead and take initiative. It's not scary. It's awesome. It's enlightening. It's enlivening stuff. Step 4 is to explore and to research. So with that being said, if you have questions about this and this is a journey that you want to start on and you want to understand the nature of the mind more, the nature of your physical body, the nature of your internal sacred technologies, leave a comment. Ask me a question. I will answer it, and I will go deep with anyone who wants to follow along on this journey, who wants to step into this journey of their own, because there is truth here and there is power here. I can recommend books, I can recommend meditations, I can walk you through anything that you want to be walked through. Just comment below and let's start the conversation. Step 5 is to practice. So you initiate yourself, explore and research, and then step 5 is to practice. Practice means to, when you find stuff out and you're connected to most esoteric knowledge, usually are action steps. Like, if you do this, here's the result. That's the type of knowledge that is shunned in our society. It's the type of knowledge that you will find when you start to explore these subjects. And as you do, it's really important that you don't just learn about this esoteric knowledge on an intellectual level, but that you practice it with your body and with your mind and with your actions. As you practice it, you will start to see results, you will strengthen your resolve, and the key takeaway is that you will understand yourself more. As you understand yourself more, you can move into step 6, which is to put the courage behind your convictions. Knowing thyself better is a core principle of almost all wisdom and spiritual and religious traditions. And the first thing to do to really start to explore the self is to get past the barrier of what it means to explore esoteric and occult traditions and subjects. So as you do that, and as you practice and take action with it, you will have courage, and you can use that courage to strengthen your resolve and to know yourself better. Step 7 is to prepare for and withstand pushback, because there will be pushback in your culture, in your family, in whatever your surroundings are. That's not bad or wrong. Those people are not bad or wrong. All of life follows patterns. This is something I learned through studying some esoteric knowledge and quantum physics and the nature of reality. I've come to understand that life is all energy and it's all patterns. And so when you begin to change your pattern, that has an effect on the patterns of everybody else around you that you come into contact with, who are used to your normal and old pattern. So stay relaxed, don't judge, but prepare for that kind of pushback so that you can be ready with the courage of your convictions to move through it. People don't have to approve of you. They don't have to understand you fully. But if you have enough self-respect, then that type of pushback won't have as much strength, okay? I put it as step 7 because as you go through these steps and start to research, look into, and practice whatever these subject matters are that are churning with passion in your gut, you got to let some of that knowledge blossom and flower into behavior change. And as it does, you will be able to withstand that type of pushback. But you won't be able to withstand that type of pushback if you're curious about aliens, for example, and you go right towards telling everyone in your life that you're curious about aliens. There's going to be pushback, and you're not going to have the tools within you yet to withstand that pushback. So as you explore the subjects more that you want to explore, take the wisdom that you learn from them and put it into practice. I take that back. Take the knowledge that you learned and put it into practice. When you take the knowledge that you learn and put it into practice, that's what makes it wisdom. Wisdom is knowledge in motion. It's knowledge being practiced outward, okay? So there is no wisdom without action. And once you have wisdom, you can withstand pushback. And you can withstand pushback by allowing it to be what it is. You don't have to fight with it. You just have to understand that not everyone is in the same place as you. You're not in a better place. You're not any better. I'm no better. You just have a different perspective, and that perspective is to allow you, the self, to live a more free and full way in the world. It's not to try to change anybody else, but you do have to hold those energies of opposition at bay, and you do that holding through the courage of your convictions and through unconditional love, which we talked about in the previous video on Metaphysical Monday. Step 8, which I guess I already covered, is that you will discover your own energy and your own freedom, and you will discover the playful nature of your heart. Because as you go more and more into these esoteric and occult subjects, it's quite the opposite of what our culture says it is. It's actually, you end up in an arena filled with playfulness, filled with livelihood, filled with love and enthusiasm. You do not end up in a place filled with darkness and demons. That is total fiction and a total myth. So that's just my message to you guys today and my encouragement to you. Let's demystify what it means to have an esoteric understanding of things. Let's demystify what it means to have an occult knowledge of things, and go forward with whatever you want to learn about, and it will help you understand yourself more. Okay? Love you guys. Much love, everybody. Thanks for watching Word Wisdom Wednesday.